Hello, my beautiful people. This is your girl, HarleyQuinsane. Man, I just did a really long stream of nothing but Minecraft, and I think I might actually jump onto another stream here in a little while of nothing but Minecraft. I just haven't decided yet because I don't know if I'm going to go ahead and do it or not, or just do some stuff by myself. But I digress. But what we are here with today is the open beta for a game called DeathTales. This game is an open beta. The current gameplay and art is not in its final form. I happen to be going through and looking at the free games and stuff like that on PS4. I wanted to see if there was anything new coming out or anything cool, and this is something that caught my attention. I played a little bit to myself just to see if it would be worth the time, and it had enough for me to go ahead and make at least one video out of it. And it does seem like it. It's a 2D platformer game, and from what I've seen so far, I enjoy it. I don't know if it's going to pick up where I left off, or if it's going to let me start over with you guys. Again, this is not in its final form. There's a couple of things where I noticed it's a little awkward or rough around the edges, but I think this is going to be pretty cool. I definitely can't wait for the full release. I'm enjoying it so far. It's a cute little game. But without further ado, let's just go ahead and jump right into it. And hello! Hello. Let's see what this game got for me today. Body sick with fever. Will you find it? Grim Reaper. Sure! Grim Reaper lowers its head slightly. We sense a powerful essence trapped in a body sick with fever. Will you find it? Return with the soul and you will be rewarded. Headwear. Flamboyant frog who is mainly interested in his clothes so much that he always forgets where his kid went. Have you found my hat yet? The thought of someone seeing my bare head is absolutely mortifying. Okay, so this is picking up from where I left off. The first mission I did was for him, which was supposed to find his hat, which I didn't. I found his kid, which was interesting, but I see the kid is missing again. But I guess we'll just... Oh. Alright, so I guess we go to the forest. The mother. Go here. Let's see what I'm about to dive into. It's cute. I like it. I don't remember how to fight! Oh, that's how to jump. Okay. Now I will say that the game mechanics are a little janky, which I guess is probably because it's an open beta, but it's a little difficult to move around. But hopefully they work it out beforehand, before they do the final release. many streams are you doing in a day? It depends on the day. Like I said, I know I wanted to do this after I thought about it. Like, this is just going to be a short little baby stream, if nothing else. Probably only like 30 minutes or something. If that. Just the first look. Still debating on Kingdom Hearts today. It just all depends. Is there anything for health? Well, I just died. Oh, it just starts me over. Is there anything for health, though? This seems to be a cute game, it's just difficult. And it's more the gameplay than anything. How do I get more health? It didn't tell me that. kidding me, man? Was there at least a checkpoint? No. How do I get health? Am I supposed to be breaking something? I've played enough of it between now and on my own to give a little bit of my final thoughts. On the off chance that the devs actually view this for a helpful critique, obviously this is the open beta, so there's probably a lot of stuff here that I'm missing. There's probably a bunch of stuff in the beginning or whatever, or a tutorial or something like that, that's going to actually tell me the things like how to regain my health and how to do the combat and stuff like that, other than the arrows and just spamming a button and hoping for the best, which is what I've been doing. I love the idea that this is a platformer and it's 2D. I actually really appreciate the art style. I think it's unique. I think it's pretty. I enjoy it. So the graphics themselves, I actually thoroughly enjoy. It's definitely artistic, which is something I've always appreciated. The gameplay is a little rough, but that could also be because of the fact that it is an open beta. It just seems hard to land a blow. I think the best way I could describe it is like when you're the gameplay reminds me a lot of Donkey Kong Diddy's Kong Quest, where if you didn't hit the enemies just right, you didn't hit them. Even though it looks like you hit them, if you didn't do it just right, you didn't. I definitely think if they're going to have a game this pretty, they could stand to, I have to take my headphones off to do this. That music is blasting and I don't know how to edit the sound. I definitely think it would, if you're playing the single player, it would definitely help to have those kind of options, like little items or something like that. A lot of the reason why different games I know usually have items is so you have the things like health or extra life, things like that. That's what we all loved about our little platformers growing up, is those little items actually helped us get through. I know they definitely helped me, because I am definitely no professional gamer. I guarantee you get a professional gamer playing this, they'll blast through it. Make it look easy. I'm not a professional. But this game could have also been meant and designed to be specifically 2-player. But right now the 2-player is if you actually have somebody here at home, which is something I find awesome, okay? That makes me happy. I've been dying to have more games like that, to where you can sit at home with your friends or whatever, pull up a game, and there you go, call it a day. So I guarantee, like, these levels, you can probably blast through them if you either have experience or you have a second player with you. It's really cool. I enjoy it. I think that's awesome. They just, if you're playing single player, they need to work on those little kinks of it, which I would hope they are. I think one of my biggest complaints is the combos, although they're showing up down at the bottom with the really artistic writing. Me personally, I'm dyslexic. I have a hard enough time reading as it is. If they have options where you can have subtitles to read those more clearly, that would be cool. That's something to think of. Because not everybody can read that against the frilly that's down there. Another thing, if they're going to have the combos like that, where it's showing you up, 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 down, 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 and stuff like that, it should be tutorial based, where if you land it and you do it right, it goes away. Or it gives you the option before you play the game to go try these different combat moves. Otherwise, instead of having it at the bottom like they do, especially like this level in particular, the last one I did with the missing hat, that one was fine. the background was more purpley and stuff to where those oranges and greens, they actually stood out against it. I could see it, alright, up, down, left, right, B, so start, blah, 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 insert joke here. But for the ones like this, it's very difficult to see. I think they should move them to where it's above instead of below. To where you can look up where your character is, look above it, and no matter how much you move, you should still be able to see it. I don't know, it's just, the gameplay itself is what's janky. The artistic design and everything else of it is really awesome, but everything else, I'm having a hard time with it. I really am. It's just, it hurts. I don't know. I think I'll try this one more time. Maybe I'll see if there's a way to gain health, whether by destroying an enemy, because I did see something I did that gave me some health back, but I don't know what I did. I don't know if it was a move I did, or if it was an enemy I destroyed or what, but I did get some health back. So I guess I'm going to have to check that out real quick. We'll try this one more time. If we don't get it, then that's going to be it for this, and there's not going to be any episodes. It's just going to be it. I just wanted the opportunity to try it and share it with you guys, because it is free, it is an open beta, so any of you guys can try it for yourselves and see if you like it, give your thoughts and opinions on it, so that way the game developers know what to work off of. I mean, they can't make any changes to the matter if they don't know what's wrong with their game or what could be improved. Although I will say, on an artistic note, because I did go to the Art Institute of Charlotte, so I do have a foot to stand on, because I went for media arts and animation. So, again, I actually have a foot to stand on with this. Game devs, if you're watching this, I am going to say this as kindly as I can, but I'm doing the hand clap because I'm so passionate. These greens, when you're doing these sort of tones and you're clashing them and everything else, because you have this more of a red, orange, and stuff like that, since those colors are complementary, technically, they're on the opposite sides of the table here. Red and green actually go against each other, kind of like purple and yellow and orange and blue. If you're going to do this and go for this kind of style, which is fine, it's a high contrast and it's very irritating and pleasing to the eye, it's hard to explain. If you're going to do this, please, I beg of you, make sure that your different tones in these vary. You have more neutral tone grass, and the grass that's actually swaying back and forth. The greens in your trees are more semi-neutral. They do have a yellow highlight, but other than that, they're pretty neutral. However, those bushes or hills between the trees are very strongly a lime yellow, green. Like there's no real hue of that blue to it to neutralize it to where it's a comfortable contrast. That is just an extreme painful one. I understand the artistic design here, I can see it, but even if you move around, it's muddy. There is so much going on here that the screen is muddy and it's taking away from the artistic design you have going on. Like I said, this grass that I'm walking on that has that little bit of sway in it, you can see it in the shadows, there's some blue in there. So there's a little bit of a contrast between that red-orange, it's comfortable. This stuff back here, it's like literally everything else other than the grass is this muddy, yellowy hue. That may have been what you were going for, but there's too much of it. You are losing the details that you've put into it because there's too much irritation to the eye to be able to see the beauty of what's on that screen. Learn the color palette to that extent, and unfortunately it's every artist's demise is when you have to think of other people. Unfortunately, I know I hate it. Like on a, I guess the good way to put it is the trippy aspect. This is awesome. This kick-ass design is gorgeous. Why am I sliding on glass when I have not moved? Why am I moving on my own? Was I doing that the whole time? Just sliding across the screen? And nobody said anything? What? Anyway, I know y'all said that the designs weren't totally finished yet because this is open beta. Like I said, for those greens and stuff like that, for these high contrasts, make sure those contrasts follow through, even with the stuff like those tufts of whatever behind there. Either, if you're going to keep them that yellow, make them darker, or give them more of a blue, so that way they break away from the very warm tones of the trees and the warm tones of these trees, leaves, whatever they are in front of me. You gotta break it up because there's too much going on. Can't really appreciate the artwork if it's muddied out. I'm strongly emphasizing this only because of the fact that this is something that was strongly done for me. It's just like with your enemies, it's the same thing. Build that level of contrast. That way the eyes aren't totally distracted by everything, and it leaves a comfortable mix of beauty and grace as well. You can barely reach this bear claw, this spear claw for a minute. I want to ride you! See, now I have health. I don't even know how I did that, but now I have a full bar of health again. Okay. And I can't break out of a combo once I started. Makes no sense. See, right here, perfect example, game devs. That's perfect. That mist breaks it up. It gives it some cute blue. It breaks it up from what's already there. Clearly see it. It gives it a little bit of differentiation, whereas up there, it doesn't. It's just muddy. Right there, yes, that blue hue of your mist is taking away from all the work you've done, but it breaks it up enough where it doesn't hurt to look at, to put it simply. It gives it a little bit of variation. What gives me health? What did I do that gave me health? What did I do that gave me health? Ah! I got hit by Trippy Man! That's what I'm talking about by the issue I was finding. Wait, run away! Health? No? Not even from you little guys? Okay, that's enough for me. That's enough for me. I don't know. See, right there, it's good. That orange isn't right there in the way. That's good. It's not as muddy. It's not as distracting. You don't have much of a contrast. The contrast is behind where your eyes are focused at, to where it's pleasant. The mist is rolling through, which breaks it up and doesn't make it as strong. And just like I see here, those weird little hill things, there's a little bit of that brown in there that actually breaks it up where those little hill bush things are. It breaks it up. It's not just like a solid yellow or whatever. That's good. That's pretty. That's awesome. That doesn't hurt your eyeballs. Then you come down here, and it's like, oh look, there's my eyeballs hurting again. But those things right there, whatever those orange tufts are. I am hitting buttons. I am hitting buttons. Oh, I just learned something. Okay. Well, why were those orange things there before, but they're not now? Do those just auto-generate? If that's the case, that's kind of cool, but also inconvenient. And now that mist is red? I just died. I didn't even get the chance to hit them and I died. See, now there's these red flame things. Yeah. If that's like randomly generated, that is a cool mechanic, but if you're gonna do that, don't do that. It's a bit much. If you're gonna do that, take away from the background, make it more blue. Not blue, that's not the word I'm looking for. Cool tone. Make it a cool tone green. So it's nice contrast and doesn't hurt your eyeballs. People like seeing like blue and red together because it's nice contrast without being overly observant to the eyes. Irritating. And I'm coming out really nasty and I really don't mean to. When it comes to gameplay, I don't have much of a leg to stand on other than it seem to feel right or work right. But that probably gets fixed by when they do the full release and you get whatever tutorial. It's art shit. I got a standpoint for art. I am all for artist interpretation. I am all for individuality and uniqueness. But damn it, do I know my color theory and everything else. If you don't believe me, go look at the Facebook page. I have artwork. I have done things. I have done many different things. I've even done trippy things. And even in my trippy things it gets muddy because this is before I learned color theory to the extent that I did. The curse of it all is I can see just about every hue of green that was used in this, and I'm actually really impressed, but also feel very bad for the designer. It's a lot of different greens to be messed around with. I guess that's another reason why I told you some of them just don't mix well. Anyway, I'm not here to complain about art. I'm here to show you guys a cute little game. Maybe you guys can do better than me. I'm not a pro gamer. I'm not good at this stuff. I'm not. I call it as it is. But I do think it's a unique concept, and I think it's